The first group of 6 Ukrainian pilots is not expected to complete training on the US-made F-16 fighter jets before next summer. The announcement came from senior Ukrainian officials after a series of delays in the instruction program for the fighter jet. The training has been pushed back several times, and as a result, Ukraine will probably have to endure another year without the trained fighters. Remember, Kyiv has repeatedly requested that the jets reach the battle space as soon as possible. It envisions F-16s as a key tool in the country's long-term defense and critical for current fight against the Russian forces. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced the dismissal of all the heads of the country's regional military recruitment centers. He said the system should be run by people who know cynicism and bribery during war is treason. This, as a review of Ukraine's recruiting centers, revealed signs of professional abuse. It ranged from illegal enrichment to transporting draft-eligible men across the border despite a wartime ban. Kyiv has made cracking down on graft a key priority as it fends off Russia's invasion. Thousands of coup supporters rallied near a French military base in Niger's capital city, Niamey, on Friday. The development comes a day after West African leaders said that they would deploy a standby force in the country to reinstate the president's rule. The protests were targeted towards former colonial ruler France, whose presence in Niger is under threat. Protesters held posters that read, "Down with France, down with ECOWAS," in front of an army base. Soon after the dissent, the West African bloc suspended a key military meeting on the crisis. The meeting was initially scheduled for Saturday in Ghana's capital. Pakistan's Islamabad High Court seeks complete record of the Toshakhana case against former Prime Minister and PTI chairman Imran Khan. He is currently incarcerated in Attock jail after his conviction. The order was issued by a division bench comprising IHC Chief Justice and Justice Tariq Mahmood Jahangiri. And in the Pakistani city of Karachi, scores of individuals from diverse religious minorities came together at the historic prayer hall to hold a minority rights march. Demonstrators advocated for their rights, demanding an end to the practice of forced conversions. The Minority Day March drew several passionate participants from all across the city who carried signs, banners and photographs to voice their demands. Slogans such as "Stop Forced Conversions" and "We Want Equality" were chanted during the march. Indian Army and Chinese People's Liberation Army likely to hold 19th round of Corps Commander level talks on the 14th of August. The two sides have been locked in a border row for more than 3 years. The military talks will take place in the run-up to India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending the BRICS summit in South Africa on the 22nd of August to the 24th of August. India will once again press for troop disengagement at the strategically located Depsang Plains as well as Demchok in eastern Ladakh. The last Corps Commander talks were held back in April. The U.S. Justice Department has said that Hunter Biden may now be headed for a criminal trial. The department has also appointed a special counsel, David Weiss, amid allegations of tax fraud and illicit overseas business deals against him. The appointment's announcement came as Weiss told the federal court in Delaware that a plea struck with Biden in June was no longer valid. This means he could now move to file felony charges against President's son in other jurisdictions. Weiss has been investigating Hunter Biden since 2019 on low-level tax and gun charges. Severe rainfall brought by thunderstorms flooded parts of Ottawa and forced multiple roads to close. Ottawa Fire Services advised people to travel only if necessary on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. Video footage that went viral on social media, it shows people wading through the flooded entrance of a building. According to Ottawa International Airport, the severe thunderstorms caused ongoing intermittent ground stops. Mudslides and floods in China's Xi'an city have killed 2 and 16 others are missing. According to the state media, teachers and volunteers are working tirelessly to clean up mud-filled classrooms in Zhuzhou so that the classes can resume when school reopens in September. It's one of the worst flood-hit cities, and casualties come after heavy rainfall and flood devastated many parts of China in wake of Typhoon Doksuri. Severe storms are sweeping across the United States, Minnesota and Minneapolis. The hail, almost the size of tennis balls, battered the Twin Cities. According to the National Weather Service for Minnesota, hail measuring over 2.5 inches in diameter pounded both the cities. The service's forecast reports further storms expected across the state and in neighboring Wisconsin, according to Weather Service's weather report. At least 80 people have been killed due to the wildfire that has wreaked havoc in Hawaii. The death toll is expected to rise as search teams comb through the charred ruins of the town. The blaze torched over 1,000 buildings and left thousands homeless in what officials say is the worst natural disaster in the state's history. Meanwhile, officials are grappling with the cause of lethal wildfire. This is search and rescue operations are still underway.
Panning and turning around, and the smoke kind of at a sideways trajectory. Pan more. Please, if you have any footage of any fire.
Scientists are warning that Spain's largest glacier will disappear in 10 years due to global warming. The country has been struggling due to heat waves. The ice on its mountains is melting. Extreme heat is accelerating the disappearance of the largest glacier of El Anito. Footage from the Institute of Ecology reveals that the glacier that has shrunk by 2/3 of its size between 1981 and 2022. The glacier now covers just half a square kilometer. According to researcher Nacho Lopez, the term glacier might not even apply to El Anito after 10 years. This summer, Mexico City's Museum of Modern Art presents an exhibition about Mexico's volcanoes. These destructive yet captivating natural wonders have inspired artists worldwide. The eruption of the volcano 80 years ago fueled significant artistic expression. The exhibition displays feature works by artists spanning from different eras and styles. It also explores the impact of the volcano's eruption 1700 years ago. Afternoon thunderstorms created an unusual phenomenon in the U.S. state of South Dakota. The National Weather Service reported several tornadoes, of which one was accompanied by a rainbow by the side. An eyewitness captured the stunning visual after thunderstorms moved through the area, and according to the Weather Office, no injuries or damage has been reported yet. However, unsettled weather is expected to continue over the span of the weekend. Thousands of rubber ducks floated along the Chicago River for the annual Duck Derby. At the event, ducks were racing to reach the finish line. People took part in the race by paying a fee to sponsor a rubber duck. From the event, every year, the money goes towards Special Olympics Illinois. The so-called splashdown launched from the Columbus Drive Bridge as crowds watch the ducks float. Rupert Murdoch's News Core beat quarterly profit estimates thanks to its cost-cutting efforts. It also added that generative artificial intelligence will support future results. For the first time, digital revenue accounted for over half of the company's total revenue for the full year. Shares of News Core, which have risen about 12% so far this year, were little changed in extended trading. The company, which also owns the Sunday Times and the Wall Street Journal, was in active negotiations to establish value for its content and IP. That it said it will play a crucial role in the future of AI. Shanghai and Shenzhen Stock Exchange in China have said that they would study the measures to lower trading costs for investors and improve liquidity to further stimulate the market. Both stock exchanges are the biggest by capitalization and play a big role in China's capital markets. The latest measures include allowing investors to place small orders in auction trading, improving trading mechanism for exchange-traded funds or ETFs, and exchanges have also revised rules to allow faster development of index funds, a popular financial instrument in China. The announcements come after top Chinese leaders vow to invigorate capital markets and boost investor confidence as Beijing struggles to revive flagging economic growth. Japan plans to create tax breaks for domestically made electric vehicle batteries and semiconductors from April 2024. This in a bid to enhance economic security and facilitate the country's energy transition. The move would follow similar industrial policies in the United States and European Union, where companies have been encouraged to bring production home from China. Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry will propose the tax cuts for companies manufacturing strategically crucial items within the country, like the US Inflation Reduction Act. The planned scheme would reduce corporate taxes based on output of batteries. The ministry will draft the specifics, including applicable items, by the end of this year. Blackstone Inc. has raised $7.1 billion for a fund aimed at financing companies driving the clean energy revolution. The fund, named the Blackstone Green Private Credit Fund 3, surpassed its initial $6 billion goal, marking the firm's largest commitment yet to the transition away from oil and gas. As banks face tighter regulations, Blackstone is emerging as a major financing source with nearly a third of its $1 trillion in assets dedicated to credits. This strategic shift is led by President and CEO heir apparent John Gray, who's steering the firm to seize opportunities in fast-growing sectors like alternative energy. And this marks a significant step from Blackstone, known primarily for buyouts, as it positions itself at the forefront of sustainable finance. Ford Pro, the commercial vehicle arm of Ford Motor, is gearing up for a software-powered evolution in a dynamic shift. Naveen Kumar, CFO of Ford Pro, revealed plans to infuse trucks and vans with cutting-edge software, aiming to raise revenue by $4,000 to $5,000 per vehicle. The strategy is to embrace software-driven fleet services, advanced safety features, and even partial autonomy. Ford Pro's vision extends the next-gen electric commercial vehicles with a revolutionary intelligence platform. As Ford Pro races forward, their future lies not just in vehicles, but in innovative software solutions driving growth and profitability. The Reserve Bank of India has made a bold move to curb excess liquidity in the financial system. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das announced that the lenders are required to set aside 10% of their recent deposits, removing over $12 billion from the banking system. This decision comes as the central bank's previous tool to drain liquidity faced limited response. Bank stocks took a hit as well, falling by 1%. RBI aims to manage potential risks to both price and financial stability. RBI's strategic maneuver emphasizes its commitment to target retail inflation at 4%. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.